All right, Shalom. First and foremost, gonna give all glory and praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua, Ba'Shem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, salutations to the men that are pushing this truth, and Shalom to the elect. Just finna get into this quick video, quick lesson. All right, on this shorts I was watching right here. It says women do not understand themselves. You see his name, the Jake Abdo. Some dude I watch consistently, concerning these women and dealing with them properly, But I'm just gonna play this. I'm just gonna play this clip, and you're gonna see, like, it ain't really about the woman. It just shows you how backwards of a society that we're in. It's totally against the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So I'm just gonna play a little bit of it.
It should not be at all surprising to you that women are very against the kind of advice that I give, and they are in the comments and they're saying how terrible this advice is. And look, let me tell you what's really going on. These women understand that power is hard to come by for them, or at least that's the narrative.
All right, and so see, this dude right here, he gives, he advice on how to deal properly with these women, and I guess, woman is on his comment board talking shit or whatever. One thing he just said was like, hey, it's a hard thing to come by power, Basically, true masculinity, And he's, through his videos, he show you how to, deal as a man, with these women, basically, And of course, our apostles and elders, they always been doing that. But that ain't, the point is, everything is all backwards, and these bitches complain, about not having a real man, this whole kingdom is just fucked up, This whole kingdom is just fucked up, This place, it loves lies. It loves everything that's, against Yahweh Shem Shah. So I want to start off in not John. Where is it? Job. Job 10 and verse 21. Before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death, a land of darkness as darkness itself, and of shadow of death without any order, and where the light is as darkness. It says the light is as darkness. All right, so the information here, all right, as scripture say what? The scripture speak about let me get that too, Salakia. Here, Isaiah 5 and verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. So this place, America, Babylon the Great, it's information, what's right should be wrong and what's wrong should be right, which is the laws, statutes, and commandments. All right, if this place truly, abided by the ways of Yahweh Shem Shah, we wouldn't have the problems that we have here in the society. From the low testosterone men, fucked up food, fucked up air, masculine woman, This is all causing, these are major problems on the earth, That's why, it's just once you fuck up, what's the word? The cycle of things, and that cycle of things keeps on repeating itself. It's hard to, get back to the traditions, But all that, hey, that's all gonna be solved by nuclear missiles, though. All right. As the scriptures say, what? A new heaven and a new earth. All right. How's that gonna happen? All right. Babylon the Great, aka America, is gonna be destroyed. All right, and a new ruler, all right, which is gonna be Yahushua, all right, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and the Israelites. All right. But yeah, man, this place Babylon the Great, it loves lies. All right. And, you know, us, the prophets, you know, we tell you, you know, through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shah, we tell you what's going on and how basically, hey, this ain't even true life. We have a new life coming ahead. You know, a life that's full of blessings. All right. We tell you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that you niggas get mad at us because what? These niggas love darkness. All right. They love lies. They love the ways of Esau, Edom, so-called white man. You know? That's why the scriptures say, what? Woe to them that go down to Egypt. You know? Here, this is Isaiah. Not Isaiah 61. Let me see, where's it at? Isaiah 60. Isaiah 60 and verse 2. Or I started 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. And starting off with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, that's where the light has been, you know, the light's been, came down from, all right? That's where it started. All right, we coming out here preaching this word, giving you, 100% truth, not lies. All right. And what? Niggas see it. Niggas see it, niggas hear it, and majority of this world hates it. All right, majority of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans hate it. But it's okay, because you're going to learn that you should have loved it. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness, all right? The people, I'm going to read it over. Isaiah 60:2, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people, all right? So yeah, these niggas is walking in darkness, all right? A willingly ignorant state of mind and conduct that they're living by, all right? Now I say willingly because what? The prophets say we're out here. We're telling you the truth. All right, we're telling you why this world is fucked up, and that this earth needs a new management. We're telling you that, hey, Esau, Edom, so-called white man is not your friend. Hey, you're gonna have to learn by pain. That's what the scriptures say. Scripture speaks about what? The same must know it after death by pain. All right? So again, it says, but the Lord shall arise upon thee, and then glory shall be seen upon thee. Yep. Let's get John 3. John 3 and verse 19, and this is the condemnation that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. And yeah. See, because niggas' deeds is evil, what they do on a daily basis, all right? Niggas out here committing adultery willingly, eating shrimp, crab, lobster, all right, pork, stealing, all right, being thieves, killing each other, all types of freaky shit in the, behind closed doors, And when I say freaky, I'm talking about, wicked shit, script, about the sodomy, orgies, threesomes, So because niggas do that, they hate this light. Because what? Scripture speaks about how this word is a two-edged sword. It pierces down, to the soul. So it's gonna cut. It's gonna cut. It's gonna hurt, you know, but it's supposed to. All right, but what niggas, you know, been taught lies. All right, niggas been taught that hey, if it don't make you feel good, you know, that's wrong. When it's completely the opposite. See, this world doesn't hate, or this world hates this truth. It hates truth. The scriptures speak about how let me just get it real quick. Proverbs 6 and verse 23, for the commandment is a lamp and the law is light, and reproof of instructions are the ways of life. So see, we get it reproved, all right, on how you're living, you know, conducting yourself. All right, that's the way of life. That's how Yahweh Shem Yahushua intended it to be. That's how the God of the Bible intended it to be. You know? But now Esau, them so-called white men, they spread their lies all over the place. To the point where it's just, they can't escape it. You know? And that's the Lord. Ultimately, Yahweh Shem Yahushua don't want you to escape it. You know? Because the scripture speaks about how, how to, let me get that too. Isaiah 10 verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel. All right. So what? The ones that smote us, all right, Esau, Edom, so-called white man mainly, all right, we're not going to stay upon him, all right? We're not going to, let's get to the word stay. Let me see. To lean on, trust in, support. So see, we're not going to lean on him and trust in Esau, Edom, so-called white man no more. Because, the Lord opened up our minds to understand that this nigga is the devil. This nigga this nigga want me to die. So why would I follow after this nigga? When Yahweh Shem Yahushua is for my benefit. You know, scripture speaks about how our whole duty, you know, is to fear him and keep his commandments. All right? And best believe what? If you're doing that, the Lord, he'll bless you. You know? But Esau, that nigga, he'll make you do some vile shit just to live a okay life. You know? But again, it said the remnant of Israel is going to escape that, the ones that smoked them. So what? We trusting in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right? And it said a remnant. So not the whole world. Nah, it's only a few amount that's going to cleave to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know? It says, the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty God. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness. So see, billions of Israelites out here, but only a remnant is going to return out of them. You know? So see, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he don't want certain niggas. Ultimately, he wants you to be, trusting in the so-called white man's ways. You know? And you look at what it's doing to your people, it ain't causing nothing but problems. Death. Confusion. You know? You got niggas out here that don't know, if that's their son, if their child is their child, or has this woman, is this somebody else's, you know? Let me see. So yeah, man, the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is good. Following after Yahweh Shem Yahushua is good. You know, His ways is gonna grant you salvation. Cause hey, everything that's going on in this world right now, it's like you only see evil times coming. Well, us, the servants of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you know, you only see evil times coming. You know, so you don't want to get down with the program. You're gonna die. Here, John 3 and verse, let me see, 20. For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. And yeah, see, niggas don't like, this world doesn't like, being reproved. You see? That's why they don't come to Yahweh Shem Yahushua and serve him. You know? Verse 21, but he that doeth truth come into the light, that his deeds may be manifest, that they are right in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Yep. So yeah, that was pretty much it. I just want to hit on that quick point. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Going to give all glory and praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushua Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostle and elders, great millstone. Peace, citations to the men that are pushing this truth and